Hello Sumate, you're welcome to the part 2 of this beautiful video. I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers and to all of you that watches my video. Thank you very much. I'm grateful from the depth of my heart. I say thank you. Without you, I won't be here. For my new subscribers, I want to say welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment to see more of my videos. So to get started in the first video, we ended at where we cut the fabric, right? So this part 2 now will be continuing from there. So like I've shown us the front pattern. I've cut the front pattern. This is the back pattern. I've already cut the back pattern. It's the normal basic bodice pattern I'm using for the back. Then the front pattern, I have the sleeve cut, short sleeve. Those strap you see is what I will use to create the bony channel, but I didn't use bony. I just created the channel because of the style I'm working with. Then you can see the cup part already also. Then the Queen Anne neckline part also. I've already cut everything. So the first thing we'll be doing now to get started for this sewing part, I will just go ahead and join everything together. Now please, in case you are seeing too many fabrics, is because I'm using the same fabric as a lining. The fabric is very transparent and it will be showing my skin. Do you get? So I cut everything double. Hope you understand. So now this is the front pattern I'm already arranging. So now I will go straight to the sewing machine and I will join it together. So after joining it, we'll go ahead and fix the strap. So I've gone ahead to join it. You can see it here neatly joined, and I've ironed the seam open also. So this is the strap. I'll go ahead to the sewing machine. We'll be going to the sewing machine together to do that. So here I am. The strap now, I'm placing it at the center front. Now the placement of your strap is determined by how many looping how many bony channel you want to create. If you want to create 10, if you want to create 6, if you want to create, it depends. That's what determines the placement of your strap to create the channel, right? So you can see how I'm doing it. First of all, I pressed one part of it down. After sewing it down, I'm going to turn it over. Can you see what I'm doing? Then I will fold it 2 times. Can you see? 2 times. Please fold it 2 times, then press it down. Now, after pressing this part of it down like this, I will also go ahead and press the other part. You can see how I'm sewing it down. Please make sure that when you place the strap, especially if you're working at the center front, make sure you place it very well so that by the time you turn it to the other side like I'm doing now, it will still be balanced at the center front. So after that, now that I've pressed this other part, I will go ahead and press the second part of it down also as shown in the video. So the step I'm using for this particular one is what I will repeat for the 5 channels, bony channels I'm creating. And mind you, like I say in the part 1 of the video, I did not add bony, neither a bra cup to this dress. I'm just creating the bony channel because that's the style I am working with. So for those who are not busty, I think it will be less stressful. For those who are not busty, it will be way easier for people like that to make it. For those of us that are busty, you can just wash and see the step by step on how I achieve it. Then you can see the bony channel, all of them, they've been sewn attached to it. I'll go ahead and join the bra cup. So now I've joined the bra cups together. This is what we have. Then I went ahead to notch all of them. So after notching now, the bra cup now, I will bring them together. You know, I cut 2 2. Do you get? So we have to turn. We have to use the lining to turn the main fabric. Let me put it like that. So now I will just pick it. Make sure that you are using the right side of the cup to turn the right side, not right and left. It will rhyme. So check your pattern very well. That's why you see me labeling it in part 1 of the video, so you don't get confused, right? So now the center that I use in joining the cup, now I will pin it together to serve as a guide so that the points will meet, it will be balanced. So after pinning it, I will go ahead and run a straight stitch. I'm not sewing it round, just the upper part. So after sewing the upper part, now I will turn it to the right side. Do you see what I've done? I'll turn it to the right side, then I will press it down all round. After pressing it down, I will go to the ironing table. I will iron both sides, flip it over to the other side also, iron it neatly. Then we'll be going to the dress form to drape on it. Those pleats you see, we have to pleat it. So now I have to fix a bra cup to my dress form so that it gives my work this fullness from the inside, so that it will not be flat. So you just bring your bra cup pattern that you've sewn, pin it on your dress form whatsoever you have. If you don't have a dress form and you have the tailor's arm or you have ordinary bra cup, pin the bra cup that you've joined together. Now pin it to the tailor's arm round, pick your material and pleat on it, or pin it to the bra cup round, arrange it on the bra cup, pick your material and pleat on it. Whatsoever you have, just improvise with it, okay? So now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just pinning the fabric to the bra cup that I already have on the dress form. I'm using dress form because it is way easier for me. Do you get? So now after pinning it to the dress form like this, first of all, I'll pin the upper part. After pinning the upper part completely, I will go ahead and start with the pleating. So I'll be pleating it upwards. Now there is no way, there is no stand. It's not a one-way thing. You can decide to pleat yours upwards, you can decide to pleat yours downwards. So whichsoever way that the pleats will be easier for you, just do it that way. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just pleating. You know how we pleat on fabric. I'm just dragging it up. I'm just pleating it up like this. Can you see what I'm doing? And I'm holding it down with my pins. So I will continue with it like this until I have finished pinning everything, pleating the full cup. You know, we're pleating on the whole cup. So I will repeat this same thing on the both bra cup, you get, until I am done. So you can see how I'm pleating it. This is how far we've come. So I'm pleating the lower part. You can see how I'm doing it. You can see how neatly done it is. So now, by the time you're done pleating everything like this, pleating it completely, you will go ahead and trim it off. Then after trimming it off, now we'll now be going to the most important part of this bra cup, because after pleating it, if you don't get it right, everything you've pleated will just scatter or something. So you can see how I'm taking my time to pleat it. Then the next thing, I will go ahead and trim it off by the time I'm done with my pleating. So this is me trimming all the excesses off. You have to be careful so you don't cut it too short. At least leave half an inch around it, you're trimming, right? So now the next thing now is to go ahead and stitch it. I have my invisible thread and my needle with me. So I thread it just into two, because I will still be running it straight to the bodice of the corset we are making, right? I will still be joining it, so I don't need much thread. So you can see me how I'm tacking it. I'm tacking just the side. I won't go ahead to tack the middle, no, because it's not going to give me that ruffle feeling. Like the pleat is not going to come out where if I tack it down, it's going to be looking too tacky. So I will only be tacking the side. So as I remove any pin, I remove so that it will not scatter, so that everything you've worked on will not scatter. Make sure that any pin you remove, you hold it down with your other hand, then you use your needle to tack it. I'll be turning the dress form closer to the camera soon. So this is it. For any pin, every one pin you remove, you hold it down. You can see how I'm doing it. Then you tack it. I feel if you're just pleating on your tailor's arm or your bra cup, I think it will be easier for you to work on. So you can see how I'm tacking it. I will just go ahead and tack it. This is how I'm going to tack it round, and I will repeat the same thing for the other bra, bra also, because we need two for both sides of the corset. So I will repeat the same thing. I'm just going ahead to tack it all round. Please make sure your tacking is very close so that it will not loosen or it will not scatter by the time you are pulling it out. So after tacking everything, just go ahead and pull it off. You can see what I'm doing here. So after pulling it off, now we'll go to the next stage of attaching this corset part now to the main bodice. So after pulling it off, I've gone ahead to done the other bra cup also. This is what we have. So we'll go ahead to join it. Now don't forget that I have another part that I'm using as lining. Do you get? So now this bra cup part, it now comes in between the lining and the main fabric. Do you get? You can see that I'm pinning the bra cup in between, but on the upper part, leave ½ inch on the upper part that you will use to eventually turn the lining and the fabric. So you pin it down like this. You can see how I'm pinning it. So I will just go ahead and pin the bra cup and the lining around it. So I'm pinning the three piece, the fabric, the lining, and the bra cup. I'm pinning it together. I will just pin it round. So when I'm done pinning it round, I will go ahead and sew it round. The same thing we're doing for this one. I'm just trimming the excesses from the bra cup. So after sewing it round, I will repeat the same thing for the other bra cup. But for the other bra cup, it's going to be kind of technical because the space for you to turn it will be very tiny. But you can do it if you want. If your fabric is thick and you are not going through this process of turning, it's way easier for you. Do you get? You just bring your cup, the corset part, just place it on it and run it around it. You don't need this turning I am doing. It's not a must you line your own if your fabric is thick enough or if you're comfortable using a transparent fabric. Do you get? But because I'm not comfortable with it, that's why I am doubling my own. So you might not really need this part. So I've pinned it round. I will go ahead and sew it round. Then we'll go to the next step. So after that now, I've gone ahead to join it on one part. I will be repeating the same thing for the upper part of it. I'll be turning to the other part of it also. So now this is it. I've gone ahead to attach the corset part to the both parts of it. Then we have to fix the shoulder part, which is the queen hand part. So I will go ahead, you know it's double and I'm turning with line. I'll go ahead and turn it first. So this is it. I've gone ahead to turn. I didn't turn the upper part and the armhole area because I'm attaching sleeve. Please take note. So I'll go ahead and attach it. This is it. I've gone ahead to attach it to it. Now after attaching it to it like this, you can see I've attached it. The next part now is the back pattern. I'll go ahead to take my dart and use the fabric to turn the lining. I will just turn it neatly. I'll just go to my machine, take the dart and turn it. Then we'll go to the next step. So after turning the back pattern, I will go ahead now and join the shoulders. Now the front and the back pattern is ready. So I'll first of all go ahead and join the shoulders. But I don't want the shoulder joining to be visible. So I'm turning the seam inside. So I open the shoulder up, then I spread it across, then run a straight line. So I've gone ahead to join the shoulders like this. So after joining the shoulders now, the next thing I will be adding to it is the sleeve, the short sleeve. So I'll go ahead and join the sleeve to it. Then we'll now move to the next step of the video. So I've gone ahead to add the sleeve to it, and this is what we have at the moment. Now I'll be showing us a video of me wearing this dress. At the end of the video, you will see how nice it came out. So the shoulder is fixed. Now we have to go to the lower part. Right now I have already cut down my pieces ready for the lower part. This is what I have that I want to add to the lower part. So the width of it, like the full length of it, is about 21 inches that I cut for the lower part. So in the process of doing this, I thought of it like, let me just add the zipper to it before adding the lower part. So I will go ahead to the sewing machine and add the zipper to it. Then after adding the zipper to it, we can now go to the next level of fixing the lower part. We'll know that we're fully done with the upper part. So I will just go to the sewing machine now and add the zipper. Then we'll go to the next step. After adding the zipper, this is what we have. So you can see that the upper part is fully done. So the next thing now, I will bring the parts I have for the lower part that I will be pleating on the upper part. So I didn't pleat it, I went to draw gathers. So I've already cut out my pieces, all of them. I've already cut everything out. Now the full length of this lower part is about 21 inch. right? It's 21 inch I added to the upper part. So I'll go ahead and join it and draw gathers. So here now I've joined everything and I've drawn gathers. So how I got this amount of fullness, you can make yours fuller than this if you have enough material, was that I make sure that the fabric that I draw, like the fabric that I draw the gathers on, I measured the lower part round. I measured it round and I made sure that the fabric could go round it 5 good times. Do you understand? That's how I got this fullness. So the next thing I will have to do now is to join it, but I'll be starting from the center back where we fix the zip. I opened some parts up so that I will be able to join. So after that, after joining it around it, I will go ahead and hem the lower part of it. I will just fold it. I will fold the lower part of it around and we're done with the gown. So this is it on my body. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you are a returning subscriber, I love you so much. To my new subscribers, please subscribe.